Tatlong babaeng judge ang hahawak sa pre-trial stage ng kaso ni dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte sa International Criminal Court. At kung matutuloy ang paglilitis kay dating Pangulong Duterte, posibleng siya po ang kauna-unahang dating Asian head of state na lilitisin ng ICC. Saksi, si Maki Pulido.
Madaling araw kanina kinumpirma ng International Criminal Court ang arrest warrant na inisyu ng Pre-Trial Chamber 1 laban kay dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte. Ang kasong kinakaharap niya, murder as a crime against humanity, na isinagawa umano sa Pilipinas sa pagitan ng November 1, 2011 hanggang March 16, 2019. Ayon sa ICC, oras na mailagay sa ICC custody ang isang suspect, isa-schedule ang kanyang initial appearance hearing. Bahagi ito ng pre-trial stage kung saan tatlong pre-trial judges ang kukumpirma sa identity ng suspect at titiyaking nauunawaan niya ang kaso laban sa kanya. Matapos dinggin ang prosekusyon, depensa at legal representative ng mga biktima, magpapasya ang mga judge kung may sapat na ebidensya para ituloy ang paglilitis. Ayon sa ICC, kadalasang nangyayari ito sa loob ng 60 araw. Tatlong babae na may mahabang karanasan sa hudikatura at human rights law ang mga hukom sa Pre-Trial Chamber 1 na humahawak ngayon sa kaso ni Duterte ayon sa website ng ICC. Kapag lilitisin na ang kaso, magbubuo ng trial chamber at magkakaroon ng mga bagong hukom. Sa mismong trial stage, kailangang patunayan ng prosekusyon na guilty beyond reasonable doubt ang akusado. Pwede raw umabot sa hanggang 30 taong pagkakakulong ang sentensya, pero may mga pagkakataong pwedeng life sentence ang sentensya. Pwede namang iapela ang desisyon. Maaari ring mag-utos ng reparation o danyos para sa mga biktima. Habang nililitis ang akusado, pwedeng mag-apply ito para sa interim release. Kung marireject, maaari ang ma-review kada 120 days.
Average time daw or period ng hearing sa ICC ay 8 years. Yung isa sa pinakamatagal, 10. Pero isa naman sa pinakamabilis, 2. 2 years. Depende din yan kung gaano ka litigious o gaano ka contest ng Duterte camp yung mga charges sa kanya.
4 na malulubhang krimen ang nasa jurisdiksyon ng International Criminal Court: genocide, war crime, crime of aggression at crimes against humanity na kinakaharap ni dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte.
Hindi pinangingibabawan ng ICC ang mga regular na korte ng mga estado. Papasok lang ito sa eksena kung hindi kumikilos ang estado o hindi tunay ang hangarin nitong mapanagot ang mga individual sa likod ng mga malubhang krimen.
Ang ICC is not actually meant to try all sorts of crimes, no? It's not a substitute to domestic courts. Ang kanyang mandate is only to try yung pinaka-heinous, yung pinaka-grabe, yung tinatabi na krimen laban sa sangkatauhan.
Noong March 2019, panahon ng Administrasyong Duterte, umatras ang Pilipinas mula sa Rome Statute. Pero sabi ng International Criminal Court, dahil naganap ang mga di umano'y krimen habang miyembro pa ang Pilipinas, may jurisdiction pa rin ang ICC sa kaso.
Merong provision sa Rome Statute, ito yung Article 127, na kung nasimulan na before naging epektibo yung withdrawal, hindi na magagalaw yon or magpapatuloy pa rin yon. Otherwise, edi, madaling tumakas kasi mag-withdraw ka lang.
Kung matuloy ang paglilitis sa dating Pangulo sa detention center ng ICC sa outskirts ng The Hague sa Netherlands, siya idedetine. Pero kung masintensyahan siya, hindi siya roon ikukulong. Ayon sa ICC, isisilbi ang sentensya sa estadong itinalaga ng korte mula sa listahan ng mga state na pumayag tumanggap ng mga convicted na individual.
Dito sasalalay yung ICC dun sa member states niya.
So sa
May
ibang bansa?
mag-volunteer dyan. Oo, may pwedeng mag-volunteer na penal facility o parang bucor nila. Dahil hindi na tayo member, we lost the chance na mag-volunteer ng bilibid.
Let's look at Duterte's case right now.
For detention and the basis for detention. So, what is the law and what is the crime that I committed?
The ICC has been probing the former president since 2017. He has been accused of committing crimes against humanity in the name of curbing drug dealers. Here are 3 instances which will give you a sense of what the ICC is looking into. Rodrigo Duterte built his reputation as the quote-unquote punisher while he was the mayor of Davao for more than 20 years. During this on and off tenure, more than 1,000 people were killed, including suspected drug users and dealers.
If you destroy my country, I will kill you. Make no doubt about it. If you destroy the generation of Filipinos coming up to replace us, I will kill you. Simple as that.
His pledge to launch a nationwide crackdown on drug gangs became the feature of his successful presidential campaign in 2016. On his first full day, at least 12 people were killed, ushering in a bloody campaign for the next 6 years. In one of his statements as the president, Duterte said he doesn't care about human rights and issued a shoot-to-kill order against drug dealers.
If you raise the flag of ISIS, that was the time I said, this cannot be done. It has to be stopped. And I'm willing to gamble with Marcelo.
By the end of his term in 2022, the police claimed they had executed 7,000 people. The rights groups put the figure at 30,000. Many of these victims were dumped in garbage sites and open fields. The security personnel were offered immunity from prosecution. An Amnesty International report found that police officers confessed to receiving reward money for every drug suspect they killed.
My order to them was that if they are holding a gun, kill them immediately so there will be one less criminal.
Throughout his presidency, Duterte enjoyed a high approval rating from the public, allowing him to push for his brutal anti-drug war agenda. But his arrest has provoked mixed reactions.
I think it was a right action because for people who were claiming for justice, for the deaths of their children, to get peace and happiness for those who were killed. Dragging him outside the country is good as being imprisoned already. His rights were removed, no matter which sin he has committed. He shouldn't have been brought away like that. He should have stayed in the country. We have our courts to decide on the case.
Whether right or wrong, let's leave that for the courts to decide. We want to talk about the politics behind it. Remember, earlier I had said that the ICC has jurisdiction over 125 of its members. Well, that's only on paper. Duterte's arrest was possible not because of this jurisdiction. It was possible because of a narrow set of circumstances that allowed ICC to act. You see, the court cannot carry out arrests on its own. It leaves it at the mercy of the official government. And who's in power in Manila right now? This man, Ferdinand Marcos Jr., who has made no qualms about his hatred towards Duterte. The arrest has an uncanny timing. It's an election year in the Philippines and 2 major political families have had a public fallout. Interestingly, Duterte's daughter, Sara Duterte, is the current vice president, and there is an impeachment process ongoing against her. The political rivalry has reached heights unimaginable. At one point, the vice president said, and I'm quoting, she wants to cut Marcos' head off and threatened to dig up his dead father's body and throw it into the ocean. Sara Duterte has now flown to The Hague to assist her father.
There is no legal basis at all to turn over or to endorse the president, the former president to ICC. So, wala silang...
If they are looking for justice, there's no justice here.
So while the ICC is lauding its arrest as significant, the truth is that it goes to show how limited the international body's powers are. In practice, the court has little to no ability to go after its suspects, unless it has all pieces in a specific order, like in Philippines right now. There were 2 other world leaders the ICC had issued arrest warrants against in the past 1 year. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu was accused of war crimes in Gaza on November 21st last year. And Russian President Vladimir Putin was accused of war crimes in Ukraine on March 17, 2023. Why hasn't the ICC been able to move against them? The answer is simple: the ICC's hands are tied. And this is the case in most high-profile arrests warrants. It's just optics at the end of the day. Rodrigo Duterte's arrest may seem like a big win for the ICC, but it only exposes the court's weakness. His detention was driven by Philippines politics, not ICC's power. So it acts when the political landscape allows it. But against world leaders like Russia, the US, China, or Israel, it becomes a toothless entity.